Oh, forgive the buzzing. My 8-foot shop lights ballast is taking a dump. Anyhow, this is the 1973 Sears Coldspot Dehumidifier. Front panel. It's in near mint condition, just needs cleaned up. We believe it's a 73 by the date on the compressor. As you know, it is a Kenmore OEM Whirlpool. Looks like the motor is going to be need lubricated, and his oil ports right there. Compressor mounts are still good. Just a layer of dust, really. It's not even greasy. It appears to be only a 14 pint unit, so it's smaller than my 1988 Whirlpool. And it draws only 4 amps. This is going to be for the garage. And thanks to Harley, Mr. Badger, for finding this on Craigslist for $20. And the guy that we bought it from was, I don't know, how would you describe him about it?
Oh, well, he asked why we were interested in such an old unit, because he got a new one from his mother-in-law.
Energy Star.
Energy Star. And I just told him that, well, quite frankly, these old ones are bulletproof and they last forever. And as you can see, it's, look at that, I mean, it's never been opened. It's still the factory sweated tubes with silver solder.
And as you can see, the main problem with this is it's caked with dirt, preventing airflow. We're going to have to try our best to get it off. And the drain hose hooks up there. We do not have the bin that goes underneath of it, but that's no problem because I'm just going to use the hose anyhow and let it drain direct. Okay, we'd like to demo this unit. Do you remember where the humidistat is set?
It's on off right now.
Okay, I'll fix that. Okay, go ahead. See the fans. That ain't bad. When we tested it out there, the fan had a little hard time getting up to speed, but now it's fine. We just have to oil it. But as you can see, it is dead freaking quiet, even compared to the 1988 Whirlpool. That compressor just purrs. You didn't even hear it come on. You saw the lights dim, but that fan sounds nice and quiet. It's 1500 RPM. That compressor is dead quiet. I mean, you don't see this kind of quality anymore. This thing's 40 years old and still works fine. Okay, Harley, go ahead and shut it off. Let's see. See, the fan stops too quickly, so you know it needs oiled. So that's the before video, and here's the cabinet for it. As you can see, it's, other than being cleaned off a little bit, it's in mint condition. This whole thing is mint. We've got some coil cleaner right now, soaking on it. We got everything removed, like the fan, and all it says here's the sealed assembly. You can't hurt it. 5 minutes, we're gonna spray it off. don't you?
Yep.
I did that. It was minimal effort.
Mm-hmm.
You recording that?
Looks brand new.
Cool.
So is that. Look at that shiny.
Okay.
Look at how shiny that is. Look with the coil cleaner. I mean, even the wiring, the compressor wires. I mean, they're obviously bright red, white, and black. And I mean, just look, everything looks brand new again.
Yeah.
With the exception of that one little patch of green corrosion down there, but that's
not minimal. That's minimal. 40 years old.
40 years, yeah.
And this came clean with just simple green.
Mm-hmm.
These spots up here is actually green paint. We're going to try to remove that. But other than that, I just sprayed it down. Some simple green.
Yep.
Mint again already. I think we're doing good.
This is after oiling it.
Give it a quick spin.
Just a few drops.
Look at that.
Let that soak in a bit, and I'll put a few more drops in.
But this is just amazing. You know, 40 years later, all I had to do was put some oil in it.
Yeah, before it was going spin, like that. Spin.
And for those of you watching this, what just happened, my ballast, the thermal overload just kicked back out. For now we're using a 50, 60-year-old table lamp, which has a short right to the metal.
Being that it's in the transformer,
200 volts.
Yeah, we're not getting 120 volts. We're getting 200 volts.
So we got to be careful not to touch it.
Yeah.
That's another project.
Yes.
And if you remember from the previous video, is the Olympic record changer, the next project. And if you're wondering, yes, the Olympic is electronically restored. It's going to be coming up soon after this, as soon as we get the record changer back in it. The motor is made by Elise Neville Company, Gainesville, Georgia. And Harley, what did you find out about that company?
That company's actually been in business since 1910. And they make starters and alternators for OEMs for cars. Obviously, they also make electric motors, and this particular motor is 120 volts, but probably one very similar to this would be used in other applications.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, we've got it all cleaned up. Fan is oiled. It's wired up correctly. Everything's connected. And we're ready to plug it in. I want you to make sure to listen how quiet this thing is.
Go ahead.
Check it out. So you can't even hear the compressor at all.
And I heard it go drone when it came on, but it's like so quiet.
Yeah, once the fan gets up to speed, you just don't hear it.
Yeah. And the coils got cold really fast.
Mm-hmm. So it's good. They're getting cold now already.
And the oil still needs to soak in a little bit, but as you can see, it has nice spin down time now. Okay.
That's it.
Let's put it back together.
Okay, manufacturer was like, screw you, unsafe conditions, alright? Because there's 4 grounds. There's 4 separate 18-gauge grounds between the chassis and the body. There's one in there that I've already connected. There's another one over on this side, and then there's 3, and then 4. Now, keep in mind the metal cabinet is screwed to the chassis in at least 4 different places. And then there's 5, 6. So there's like 6 grounding points already. Plus all these additional ones. Mm-hmm. So this bitch is grounded.
And there's the 3/4 inch drain hose connection right there. 6-foot hose. Yeah, it's nice and clean. So now we're gonna reassemble this thing.